Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday evening slot, as per usual. And last week we started covering children's nutrition. And do they actually need nutrition and supplementation and all the rest? And children, as we started off with, are not just little big people. They actually are a lot more complex and complicated than that. So while children are a lot more energetic than most of the rest of us, they still need, and especially need more so, good nutrition, because they're going through incredible changes at an incredibly fast rate in their early years. And it's been said that if we all grew at the rate that a baby did in the first 9 to 12 months of its life, we would all be giants. So thank heavens we slow down as we go along, because otherwise we could all be in trouble. I'm going to share my screen and carry on from where I stopped last week. Let's just hide this and get my slideshow going. Right, so as we get going with children's nutrition, the how, the why, and the what. Last week we started with the basics about children and development and all the rest of it. And this week we're going to carry on from where we left off, which is the truth about supplementation and children. So the million-dollar question is, do children need to supplement? Or are they getting everything that they actually need from their diet? As we've learned over the past months, most of us, and I won't generalize, but vast majority of people are not getting all the nutrition that they need from their diet. We know that in theory, you can get everything you need from a good balanced diet, but the sad reality is that the vast majority of people, including children, don't get the correct nutrition. So ideally, children would get all the nutrients they need from the food they eat. But the data shows that is just not happening. Parents aim to help their children close their nutrient gaps by providing nutrient-dense foods, which are high in nutritional value, but lower in empty kilojoules from added sugars, saturated and trans fatty acids. Because your little one comes tugging at your, I'd say apron strings, but a lot of people these days don't know what aprons are. So they come tugging at your clothing saying, Mom, I'm hungry, or Dad, I'm hungry. And you turn around and you look for the quickest, easiest bit of food that you can throw at them to calm their hunger. And they're very happy because you've given them a donut or something along those lines. And it's great. It keeps them feeling full for a short period of time. And then before you know it, they're coming to tug at your strings again saying, I'm hungry, please feed me. And well, you just fed them, but you fed them junk food. So there we can see that it is not always possible or realistic to give them the nutrient-dense foods that they're craving. Sadly, the processed foods that make up the majority of the Western diet are often lacking in the very nutrients that children need to thrive. In fact, a 2008 study conducted in Canada showed that 89% of foods marketed for children provide poor nutritional quality. They are high in sugar, fat, and sodium, despite labeling with nutritional claims such as source of 6 essential nutrients and source of calcium. And I've seen this on certain other makes of supplements as well. They give you this whole long story about how good these things are and what they do and what the children need. And then you read the fine print and you suddenly discover that what they've said is true, what they've put in the product is anything but. And if you go to certain commercial shops that sell supplements around the area, I won't mention names, but one of the supplements that I've seen over there are they like a gummy type sweet, and that's exactly what they are. It's marketed as a vitamin, and yeah, there probably are some vitamins and minerals in there. I don't know so much about the minerals, but certainly the vitamins. But the very first thing on the label, the main ingredient, is sugar. People can't understand why, oh, these vitamins seem to be working because I give them to my children and they are bouncing off the ceiling. Oh, but little Johnny's got ADD. But I've been giving them the vitamins. But what they don't realize is I've been giving them sugar. Furthermore, parents often complain about how difficult it is to get their children to eat the foods that are good for them. It's actually not that difficult. And that's where Neolife supplements can come in. Supplements from whole food sources offer the nutrition that children need in the synergistic balance that nature intended. So while parents should aim to provide a healthy diet for their children, health experts agree that supplements can help bridge the gap, particularly if the child has a poor appetite or is a picky eater. Sleep and exercise. Don't you wish you could sleep like a baby? And I don't mean waking up every 2 hours crying, because that's what most adults do. Along with a well-balanced, nutritious diet, children should get at least 60 minutes of physical activity each day and good sleep to ensure proper growth and development. Sadly, again, in a lot of cases, children don't get that physical activity because they don't always have place to play. Because they're living in apartment buildings, and I'm talking specifically about children in cities. It's not safe to go down to the beach on your own. It's not safe to go and play in the park, if there is one, on your own. And mom and dad are probably working all day. So who gets to look after them? They instead spend the time sitting in front of the one-eyed babysitter, namely the TV, or worse still these days, your computer, your fancy pad, or the phone. So they're not getting the activity. Physical activity should incorporate aerobic as well as muscle strengthening, sit-ups and push-ups, and bone strengthening activities, jumping, rope, or running. Good quality sleep is crucial for children, as many important cognitive and growth functions are only performed during sleep. Even for adults, sleep is vital for healing. I wouldn't say growing, because we've hopefully all quit growing by then, but certainly for recovery, for mental health, and for repair to the damage that we do to our bodies during the day. Ongoing sleep deprivation can affect memory and focus. It weakens the immune system, leads to emotional impairment, learning and behavior problems, and may increase the risk for hypertension, obesity, diabetes, and mental health issues. And this is children we're talking about. There's a scary thought. Is it any wonder that children have got so many issues these days? You see these young teenagers committing suicide from depression. Why? Smaller children are being put on drugs for ADD and ADHD and all sorts of funny things, when all you really need to probably do is check out their diet and check out their sleep and exercise routines. And quite often that would, by sorting those things out, would take care of a lot of the other issues. So wondering how much sleep your child needs? I know most adults would like their children to sleep for about 12 hours or more, but they don't always need that. So the American Academy of Sleep Medicine has recently released a set of guidelines to help parents figure out the right amount. So what is it? A newborn of 0 to 3 months needs about 14 to 17 hours of sleep. Now, most parents would love to have that amount of sleep for themselves, never mind their children. For an infant of 4 to 12 months, they're needing at least 12 to 16 hours per 24 hours, and this includes naps. For a toddler of 1 to 2 years, 11 to 14 hours is usually good enough. Preschool, which is your 3 to 5 years, 10 to 13 hours. School age of 6 to 12 years, 9 to 12 hours. Teens need 8 to 10 hours, and a lot of them get significantly less than that. And adults of 18 to 60 years need 7 or more hours per night. For the older people, 61 to 64, need 7 to 9 hours, and 65 years and older need 7 to 8 hours. So you can have a look and see where do you fit on the scale in the toddler and preschool years as to how much sleep you actually need. So what does Neolife recommend for children? And this is where we're going to go through the basic products that are recommended in our product catalog. The first one we'll start with is Liquivite. To meet the needs of toddlers, children, and others who cannot chew tablets or who prefer liquid supplements, Neolife developed Liquivite. Delicious and convenient, Liquivite's fluid formulation features Neolife's exclusive TRINN, the whole food carotenoids and flavonoids, 12 important vitamins, and a wide array of other key nutrients, including the amino acid L-carnitine. And listening to John Miller the one day, who is the head of our SAB, his comment was that Liquivite technically is your entire Pro Vitality pack minus the omega-3. So the other 3 tablets that you find in the Pro Vitality is essentially found in Liquivite, obviously in the liquid form. Now, my mother, who battles to swallow tablets, and isn't really that fond of chewing them either, has been thriving on the Liquivite. So she's a child in her 80s. So why the liquid supplement? It's a practical alternative to pills for toddlers, children, and others who prefer or require liquid supplements. And I've got some customers who say, don't you have anything in liquid form? Because I really don't like swallowing tablets. Capsules and tablets may be difficult to chew or swallow. The fluid nutrient delivery systems are an excellent option. It's convenient and versatile. The nutrients can be delivered by the spoonful or as drops, or stirred into other liquids and consumed through a straw or from a glass or toddler's cup. So from that perspective, if you've got an elderly person who is maybe lying in hospital and they've been quite ill, and you know that they need the nutrition, but they really can't swallow tablets because they're lying flat in their back. And trying to chew things can get quite messy if you've ever seen somebody in a hospital bed. This would be an excellent option to take otherwise, because it's a lot sorry, it's a lot easier to ingest. Taking my time. Liquivite provides the important nutrients in a convenient liquid for those who want or need a fluid supplement. And as we've said before, it's suitable for all ages, pretty much from birth onwards. If you look on the bottle, you will actually see the dosages that are recommended for the different age groups. Neolife's exclusive TRINN, which is the cornerstone of Formula 4, supports complete nutrition at the cellular level with unique lipids and sterols from wheat, rice, and soya. And this is so vitally important from as young age as possible, because as we've said, children grow at an incredibly rapid rate. So their cells are developing and changing continuously, very, very rapidly. Whole food carotenoids and vitamin E may strengthen immunity and help protect the lipid regions of cells, especially their membranes, from free radical damage. Now, again, you're living in a city and your children are playing, if they're fortunate enough to play in a park near a busy street, they will be exposed to a lot of free radical damage. Even if they're just playing out in the sun, they are being exposed to free radical damage. So we need to protect them. Whole food flavonoids and vitamin C help to provide the antioxidant protection for the watery portions of cells and body fluids, such as blood. Flavonoids aid the absorption and utilization of vitamin C, which may strengthen immunity. And in children especially, their immune systems are still quite fragile and have a lot of learning to do to strengthen up. And this explains why babies often get snotty noses. We won't call them being sick, but you can see that the immune system is taking a bit of strain, especially at aftercare. L-carnitine supports the energy production. Not that children need too much extra energy, I'm sure. And this amino acid assists in fat utilization and cellular energy metabolism. You have a daily supply of 12 important vitamins. Each teaspoon can assist in meeting the daily micronutrient needs for vitamins A, D, E, C, B1, B2, B6, and B12, as well as folic acid, niacin, biotin, and pantothenic acid. All of those are also B vitamins. Other key nutrients, such as choline, inositol, lecithin, iodine, linoleic acid, which is an essential fatty acid, are there for overall metabolic support. It mixes really well with their favorite drinks, and the nutrients disperse quickly and evenly in milk, juice, water, or one of the Neolife protein shakes for easy digestion and absorption. So you can mix it easily with NutriShake or Neolife Shake for that matter. And it's delicious because the Liqui-Vites has a mild citrus flavor, which appeals to people of all ages. So children of all ages. And the flip top makes it very convenient to be able to flip it open with one hand, pour it into a medicine measure, and give it to whoever you want to give it to. And it also has a tamper-proof seal for safety, because while it is food and it is supplementation, you probably don't want your toddler to drink the entire bottle in one sitting. It would not be very pleasant. It wouldn't kill them, but it wouldn't be very pleasant. So toddlers, children, and even some adults find it difficult to swallow capsules or chew tablets. And these people need an alternative form of supplementation. A liquid formulation of vitamins and minerals can be an effective and practical way to support optimal nutrition. The nutrients can be administered by the spoonful or as drops, or they can be stirred into beverages and consumed through a straw, etc. And the Neolife Scientific Advisory Board and Global Research and Development Group took more than 3 years to develop Liqui-Vite. Now, one of the challenges that liquid supplements have is that obviously every time that you open the lid, it is exposed to oxygen, as opposed to things like the Formula 4 or the carotenoids, which are encapsulated in a thing that keeps the oxygen at bay, which makes it good as an antioxidant. So its revolutionary formulation provides a wide array of important vitamins and whole food nutrients. And in this case, we're looking at the whole food part, known to be critical for healthy growth and development. It is the only liquid supplement on the market to deliver the whole food carotenoids and flavonoids, as well as Neolife's exclusive threonine. Now, what does the threonine do? We know that it works on the cells. The Neolife researchers developed Liqui-Vite to fill the needs of those who prefer or require a liquid delivery system. We need to support health at the cellular level. So that's where they started with Neolife's unique and exclusive threonine to provide the complete lipid and sterile profile of wheat, rice, and soya. It also contains essential lipids and sterols, which are especially important for growth. And as we've said, children grow at a rapid rate. So growth requires the rapid production of new cells and the body's need for the lipid building blocks that make up cellular membranes and keep them functioning at their best. And this is also at the lifetime's highest. The Liqui-Vite strenone grain concentrates provide the important lipids and sterols. Lipids meaning fats, and sterols are a type of sterolic acid that your cells need. So, we've gone through what each teaspoon does. So then we also need diverse antioxidant protection from carotenoids, flavonoids, and more. Now, most children today are not getting these sort of things. So the high energy day-to-day growth and development also creates a great need for antioxidant nutrients. And provides a density and diversity of essential antioxidants. Liqui-Vite fulfills this need as no other product can. In addition to providing the antioxidant protection from the vitamins C and E, it also delivers whole food carotenoids and flavonoids from citrus fruits and berries, which a lot of children are not getting. These diverse members of this antioxidant team work well together. And the members of the carotenoids and vitamin E help to protect the lipid regions or the fat regions of cells, especially their membranes, from free radical damage, while the flavonoids and vitamin C helps protect the watery portions of the cells and body fluids, such as blood. Also, the sinuses, the nasal passages, and the lungs. The source of the carotenoids in this product is carrots. Each teaspoon provides 751 micrograms of pro-vitamin A activity from beta-carotene. Other carrot carotenoids include the alpha-carotene, the lutein, and zeaxanthin. And lutein is especially good for eyes. The sources of flavonoids are lemons and elderberries. Flavonoids from these foods include anthocyanins, flavones, catechins, and a close relative called ellagic acid. Whole food sources are an important near-life difference. We need to support the immunity because, as I said earlier, children's immune systems are relatively weak, but also rapidly developing. It is a well-documented scientific fact that a diet low in carotenoids, which are your yellow, orange, red, and green pigments in fruits and vegetables, can result in a reduction of immune capacity. And this is true throughout life, but particularly childhood, when children are faced with some of their most serious immune challenges. And if you've ever been to a preschool or an aftercare facility and seen all the mix of children over there from various different backgrounds, you will know that these areas are germ pools of note. Liqui-Vite provides whole food carotenoids as only near-life can. The whole food sources of carrots assure a natural diversity and balance of critical carotenoids in the everyday diet. And this is the amino acid, the carnitine, which is there to support energy production. Infants and toddlers need enormous amounts of energy to support healthy activity and rapid growth and development. One would think that these little ones have already got enormous amounts of energy, but a lot of that is not the proper energy that they're actually needing. Children's metabolism depends strongly on the utilization of fat for energy. Carnitine, which is an amino acid, is considered semi-essential for infants because of its direct involvement in fat utilization and cellular energy metabolism. Suboptimal carnitine levels are of great consequence to infant health and vitality. Frequently, the newborn's body cannot manufacture carnitine fast enough to keep up with energy-related demands. The carnitine status of an infant depends on what he or she obtains from the mother during pregnancy and breastfeeding, which is why it is so vitally important that mom looks after her diet. Infants that are fed soya-based formulas, which contain little or no carnitine, have abnormally low blood levels of carnitine. And sadly, this is a very common thing. So soya-based formulas are very, very common. And Liquivite helps assure the dietary abundance of this critical nutrient by delivering the natural carnitine in every serving. Let's see if I can get through the NutriShake relatively quickly tonight. The quality of what is often referred to as the Western diet has dramatically declined in recent years. It is likely that we are no longer getting the right balance and quality of nutrients needed to comply with what is considered a balanced diet. For example, although we may be getting enough protein in our diets, we are getting it from animal and dairy products that are laden with fat and cholesterol. What we need is a high protein food source that is low in fat and cholesterol. Protein is a key component of every cell in our body and essential for cellular nutrition. Receiving high quality protein with all the 22 amino acids involved in human nutrition ensures that the daily supply of protein is met without the concern of too much fat and cholesterol. And ensuring the availability of essential vitamins, selected minerals, and other nutrient factors supports the proper functioning of the many different systems of the body and helps keep us healthy and radiant. So why NutriShake? It's wholesome nutrition. NutriShake in the mornings provides sustained energy to avoid a mid-morning slump. In the afternoon, it's a nourishing midday or after-school snack to replace high kilojoule sweets and snacks. Each serving provides 10 grams of high-quality protein. It is biologically complete with all 22 amino acids involved in human nutrition, and this includes the 9 essential amino acids. It is formulated with glycemic edge carbohydrates to provide lasting energy. It has low allergy potential because it is wheat-free, corn-free, and has low lactose. It contains no GMO ingredients. It comes in 3 delicious flavors. It's convenient and versatile and mixes with milk or juice and or whole food for delicious frothy shakes. And the exclusives to Neolife are the proprietary blend, scientifically advanced protein blend from soya, milk, caseinate, and whey for superior amino acid profile. It has undergone a Protogard process, which protects the amino acids and maximizes nutritional value. It has an enzyme blend with plant-derived enzymes to support easy digestion. And it has a broad spectrum of nutrients, including vitamins A and D, the complete B complex, vitamin C and E, as well as minerals, calcium, and phosphorus. I think I'm going to stop right there because we've got about 6 minutes left. And I want to give us time to go through the other products as well. So I'm going to stop recording.